One of the biggest problems for YouTube content creators is managing and maintaining video descriptions. Often, at the end of the description for all your videos, you want to have the same section that contains, for example, a link to your website, your social networks, etc. But what happens if you want to change something in this section? You will have to manually go through all your videos one by one and edit the content with the latest update. You will not want to do that very often. Fortunately, the n8 Ninja came up with a very easy solution, an n8n workflow that lets you update all your YouTube video descriptions in one click. Let's dive in and see it in action.
This is the workflow I created to maintain consistency across all the video descriptions of my YouTube channel. Starting to use this workflow is super easy. Just click on the link in the description, then on Use Workflow, and choose your n8n instance, or create a new one. Let's see how it works. To trigger this workflow, I chose to use the manual trigger node. This workflow is designed to be run on demand, so you can choose when you want to update your video descriptions. The second node lets you set up the process with your data. There are two fields in it. The first one is the splitter, which acts as a delimiter. You can input whatever text you want. Just note that it will be visible in your video descriptions, and everything below the delimiter will be shared across all your videos. The second field of this node is the description. It contains the text that you want to append at the end of your video description. You can expand the field to have a better vision of what you are writing in it. Of course, you can add links and emojis to it, just like you would do on YouTube. Now that this is done, the last thing to do is to add the delimiter we have chosen in all our videos. That's it. Isn't it surprisingly simple? Now, when you want to change a link or update the shared section of all your YouTube videos, all you have to do is run this workflow. Let's try it and see it in action. It can take some time depending on the number of videos I have. And boom. Done. All my video descriptions should be updated, so let's check. Yes, indeed. The text I input in my node config has been appended to all my YouTube videos. Now let's quickly inspect how this workflow operates. The first node is here to trigger the workflow. It runs when you click on Test Workflow. However, you could choose another logic, like triggering this node every week or so. But this is all up to you. The second node lets you define your delimiter and description, as we have already seen. The third one is the YouTube node. We chose the resource Video and operation Get Many, and we should check Return All. In most cases, you'll want this workflow to be slightly more sophisticated and will need to use some filters and options. For example, you could filter only videos published after a certain date or in a certain category, and so on. The n8n YouTube node offers a lot of possibilities out of the box. I would just take the opportunity to explain a quick concept from n8n, which is quite important. By default, if a node returns a list of results, the next node will treat them all. So you don't have to use a loop node, making your workflow easier to read. Now that we have listed all our videos, we want to generate the new description. This is done in the next node. I have implemented some very basic JavaScript code to split the description with the splitter we have defined and reconstruct the new description as the output. The next node is an if node that checks if the description has changed. So, we don't request YouTube to update the video description when it is not needed. And in the final step, we use the YouTube node once again. This time, we choose the operation Update. In the video ID, we pass the parameter we get from the previous YouTube node. We provide the title again. For the regional code and category, put what fits your context. And we add the field description where we insert our freshly generated description with all our information up to date. And that's it for this workflow. Straightforward, simple, efficient. This is what we call the Ninja way.
Thank you for watching. I hope that the n8 Ninja could be helpful to you. If you want to support her work, thumb up and share this video. If you have any questions or workflow requests, drop a comment. And if you want to stay tuned, subscribe to our channel. Let's keep building and see you around, dear crafters.